Welcome to Intoxicated TV. Today we are counting down the top 10 landmarks of the diverse paradise of the Amazon, Guyana, the only English-speaking country in the continent of South America. These featured landmarks were selected compliments of a social media poll and is a true illustration of Guyana's rich culture and a daily reminder of the country's pristine landscaping. Do enjoy. Number 10. Watuka House. Deemed as one of Linden's most prized possessions and an historical landmark of Region 10, the Watuka Guest House is the perfect example of the preservation of Guyanese heritage and history. After being built in the early 1900s and getting its name from the nearby Watuka Creek, this colonial structure quickly became one of the most visited places in the mining town. In 2019, Watuka Guest House was recommissioned following a $50 million rehabilitation project which enhanced its amenities and added a contemporary deck overlooking the Watuka section of the Demerara River. Number 9. The Botanical Gardens. No trip to Georgetown would be complete without a visit to the Botanical Gardens, which is known as one of Georgetown's most popular recreational parks. Established in the late 19th century, the garden houses a bandstand, the curator's lodge cottage, the Kissing Bridges, and the Seven Ponds, the location where many significant Guyanese heroes were buried, including LFS Burnham, the first executive president of Guyana. It also houses the Guyana Zoo, which exhibits a variety of the world's most impressive species of indigenous flora and fauna from the large and virgin rainforests of Guyana. Number 8. Bourda Market. Built in 1880 and reconstructed in 1902 to accommodate a growing number of vendors and consumers, Bourda Market, also known as the Night Market, is the ideal place to get a wide variety of fresh fruits, vegetables, and meat produce. The inner section of the market is usually open from the morning until 5 p.m. in the afternoon, with an earlier closure on Sundays, while the outer section is open 24/7 and even accommodates vehicular traffic. Bourda Market has seen visits from many popular persons over the years, and just recently, the current U.S. Ambassador, Mrs. Sarah Ann Lynch, was spotted shopping while enjoying fresh coconut water. Number 7. Guyana National Museum. The Guyana National Museum was established on the 13th of February, 1868. After the idea of starting a museum was conceived by members of the Royal Agricultural and Commercial Society of British Guyana. The initial reason for the project was to create a permanent home for science, art, and industry, and also to create a place where Guyanese and other visitors can access historical facts about Guyana. So, if you're ever in the capital city of Guyana and in the mood for some of the country's rich history, make sure to visit the Guyana National Museum, located at North Road and Hink Streets, next to the Bank of Guyana and obliquely opposite the Guyana Post Office. Number 6. The Demerara Harbour Bridge. Commissioned on the 2nd of July 1978, with an initial life expectancy of only 10 years, the Demerara Harbour Bridge stretches across the Demerara River at a length of 6,074 feet, connecting Demerara Mahaika, Region 4, with Essequibo Islands, West Demerara, Region 3. This floating toll bridge was designed by Guyanese Captain John Patrick Coghlan. It is exactly 1.25 miles long and one of the most convenient means of commuting between the two regions. There is a pedestrian footwalk, a raised section that allows small vessels to pass under, and a retractor span that allows larger vessels to pass. More than 40 years since its commission, the Demerara Harbour Bridge is still going strong, with thousands of vehicles traversing each day. Number 5. Public buildings, also known as Parliament Building. Public buildings, also known as Parliament Building, is located with its main facade facing Brickdam and bordered by Hatfield Street on the south, High Street on the east, and Cornhill Street on the west. Designed by Joseph Hatfield, the Parliament Building, which was completed in 1834, is an excellent example of the 19th century Renaissance architecture and is one of 2 domed buildings in Georgetown. The sunken chamber of the Parliament Building boasts an ornamental plaster ceiling which was installed by Cesar Castellani in 1875. Within its compound are 2 cannons that were used in the Crimean War and a statue of Hubert Nathaniel Critchlow, who is regarded as the father of trade unionism in Guyana. Parliament Building currently houses the seats of the National Assembly of the Government of Guyana. Number 4. The National Cultural Center. With a seating capacity of about 2,000, and a stage that stretches 48 feet across the auditorium, the National Cultural Center is Guyana's premier venue for cultural events and activities. Guyanese architect Mr. Norris Mitchell designed the Cultural Center in 1971, and construction immediately followed. The center, though incomplete, was used to showcase talent from a number of Caribbean countries at the first Caribbean Festival of Creative Arts, CariFesta, which Guyana hosted in 1972. The event was a major success, and on the 16th of May 1976, the center was officially opened. Number 3. St. George's Cathedral, Guyana. Standing at 143 feet tall, this Anglican church is known as one of the world's tallest wooden structures and Guyana's most prestigious man-made wonders. The cathedral's present structural design was generated from the creative mind of British architect Sir Arthur Bloomfield. And while work on the cathedral commenced in 1888, the foundation stone wasn't laid until 1889. And by 1892, the church, though incomplete, was opened for worship. A not widely known fact about the St. George's Cathedral is that the building was constructed in a cross-like pattern. However, this is only visible from an aerial view. Number 2. 4th Island. Formerly known as Flag Island, 4th Island is located some 16 kilometers from the mouth of the Essequibo River and was once the capital of the colonies of Essequibo and Demerara during the 16th and 17th centuries. This tourist attraction site is one of the most visited forts in Guyana and holds some of the most well-preserved pieces of Dutch history in Guyana. Fort Zeelandia, which was built in 1744, and the Court of Policy, built 8 years after, which is now a Dutch Heritage Museum and the only of its kind in Guyana. The island is better remembered for these 2 important historical sites and attracts thousands of visitors annually. Number 1. Kaieteur Falls. Our number 1 Guyanese landmark is the world's largest single-drop waterfall. Standing at 822 feet high and located on the Potaro River in the Kaieteur National Park, Kaieteur Falls is known throughout the world for its height and water volume. The falls is about 4 times higher than Niagara Falls, on the border between Canada and the United States, and is about twice the height of the Victoria Falls on the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe in Africa. Kaieteur Falls is a major tourist attraction in Guyana and a must visit. Did you enjoy our list? What's your favorite landmark in Guyana? For more about Guyanese culture, be sure to subscribe to Intoxicated TV. Thanks for watching.